Hi everybody, I'm Sean. Welcome to this episode of 20MinHop. Tonight we are flying from Wheeler Downtown Airport in Kansas City, and we're flying up to St. Joseph Rosecrans Memorial Airport, St. Joseph, Missouri. A little bit of a deviation for what we've been doing in 20MinHop, where we have been having relatively short en route portions to give us that 20-minute hop. I just got back from vacation, so didn't do any flying all week being away. So now I have to do some catching up because even though AirVenture Oshkosh is not occurring this year, there are some virtual events. And the whole way that I came up with this when I was coming up with the routing, it just so happened that when I started planning this out and the cities that I selected, it actually put us in Oshkosh the week that AirVenture would be occurring. So that was just mind-blowing to me that it just naturally happened that way. So gotta stay on this, right? In order to reach Oshkosh still on schedule for July 20th, we're going to have to do some acceleration here. So we're going to fly this flight to St. Joseph tonight. Then tomorrow we're going to do a flight from St. Joseph to Fort Dodge. We're also going to do a flight tomorrow from Fort Dodge to La Crosse, Wisconsin. And then that's going to put us back on schedule. We will still be able to do 20-minute hop through Wisconsin. We're going to have to do a little bit of minor deviation. A few of the airports that I chose, we are going to have to skip. Basically going to go from La Crosse to Marshfield, Wisconsin. And then once we reach Marshfield, then we will be back on schedule. Again, reaching Oshkosh on July 20th, and then we will fly as planned. And something else that's quite amazing that's occurring is they are doing virtual Oshkosh between EAA and Pilot Edge. So Pilot Edge is going to provide live NAC controllers on the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. It's not an all-day event. There's only about a 3 or 4 hour window each day that they will actually have live controllers participating in the virtual AirVenture event. But it's pretty phenomenal, and I'm hoping that for 20-minute hop that we will get to take part in that on those days. Stay tuned. I'm super excited about that, but in order to make it happen, we've got to do these accelerated flights. So we're going to be doing some long hauls. The flight from St. Joseph to Fort Dodge is going to be around an hour flight, and then from Fort Dodge to La Crosse is going to be about an hour flight. Nice airplane to be flying is the Bonanza A36, because we're going to be cruising between 160 and 170, so obviously we can make those flights happen in about an hour. But that's where we're at. So sit back, enjoy. Thanks for tuning into the 20-minute hop, and we're going to get underway here in a moment. Well, we've got the lights adjusted here because we are going to be doing this as a night flight up to St. Joseph. So I apologize that you practically can't see me in the webcam, but I am here, and I'm going to get things fired up here in the A36, and we will get on our way. So we're doing 42 nautical miles, estimated time route 18 minutes.
Seats. Position and locked.
Position and locked.
Seat backs. Upright.
Seat backs upright.
Seat belts and harnesses. Secured.
Secured.
Parking brake. Set. All avion.
Parking brakes on.
All avionics. Off.
Avionics are off.
Circuit breakers. In.
Circuit breakers are in.
Landing gear handle. Down.
Down.
Flaps. Up.
Flaps are up.
Cowl flaps. Open.
Open.
Light switches. Off.
They are off.
Electric elevator trim switch. Off.
It is off.
Fuel selector valve. Check operation. Then full S tank.
It's in the both position.
Battery and alternator switches. On. Fuel quantity indicators. Check quantity. Checklist complete.
Battery on. Get those lights on. Alternator on. And fuel quantity indicators are good. We will get gas on our next stop. Inserting engine checklist.
Mixture. Full rich.
Mixture full rich.
Propeller. High RPM.
Power high.
Throttle. Full open.
Full open.
Auxiliary fuel pump. On until fuel flow peaks. Then off. Throttle. Open 1/4. Magneto start switch. Start. Then both after engine fires. Throttle. 1000 to 1200 revolutions per minute.
Right. RPM 1000.
Throttle 1000 to 1200 revolutions per minute.
Check.
Oil pressure. Check.
Check.
External power, if used, disconnect. Alternator switch, on, check for charging. All engine indicators, check.
Check.
Starter energized light, if installed, check.
Check.
Mixture, idle cutoff.
Skip those.
Checklist complete.
Checklist complete. After start and taxi checklist. Alright, get our frequency set here. Bring up ATIS. Alright, and something else that is different for tonight's flight is we're going to fly this IFR. And the reason that we're flying IFR is because we're going to have to transition Kansas City International, and St. Joseph is just on the north side of KMCI, so because we're in the Class Bravo airspace, if we were really flying in Class Bravo airspace, we would be checking in with approach. We'd get a transponder squawk, and we would be expecting vectors around Kansas City International. They may allow us to vector directly over Kansas City International, but whether that would happen or not, based on their traffic, yeah, we're flying at 10:30 at night, so not a big deal. We would get vectors right over. But to simulate the realism of getting those vectors, the only way you can do it in Microsoft Flight Simulator is by getting an IFR flight plan. So we're going to do IFR flight plan, and it might make it a little bit of a more lengthy flight, but for that realism of transitioning Class Bravo airspace, this is the way to do it. Okay, so I'm going to go out to clearance on Wheeler ground, and we'll get our clearance to St. Joseph. Wheeler clearance, Bonanza 9092 Tango IFR to St. Joseph for data copy clearance.
Downtown, clearance delivery, November 9092 Tango IFR, St. Joseph, waiting to copy. November 9092 Tango, cleared at St. Joseph Airport, at file. Fly runway heading, climb maintain 4000. Departure frequency at 119.0, squawk 0343.
92 Tango cleared to St. Joseph as filed. Fly runway heading, climb maintain 4000. Departure 119.0, squawk 0243.
November 9092 Tango, cleared to St. Joseph Airport, as filed. Fly runway heading, climb maintain 4000. Departure on 119.0, squawk 0243. 92 Tango, readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.9 when ready to taxi.
Ground point 901 ready, 92 Tango. Alright, so I got 4000 in my autopilot. I've got the departure frequency set, squawk is set, and we'll be taxiing out to runway 19. And Wheeler ground, Bonanza 9092 Tango, ready to taxi IFR with Juliet.
Downtown, ground, November 9092 Tango, with Kilo, ready to taxi IFR. November 9092 Tango, taxi to and hold short of runway 19, using taxiway golf. Contact tower on 133.3 when ready.
Taxi runway 19 via Golf 92 Tango.
Taxi to and hold short runway 19, using taxiway golf. Tango.
Alright, so bring up our airfield diagram here in ForeFlight. Taxi to runway 19, and we've got Golf. So we're at the GA parking area, and we'll just come out and basically circle back on the ramp. We will cross runway 21. We'll just take golf on down to runway 19. So you might be saying, why are we still sitting here? Like, man, this is taking forever to get out of here. But it never hurts to just be very methodical, make sure that we have everything set the way that we're expecting things to be set. Sometimes in aviation, you only get one chance, and we always want to make sure that we are queued up and ready to go. So we got 2992 set, elevation that checks, our fuel elevation 757 and 760 on the altimeter. Alright, so let's go back to checklist. And brake check. Okay, brakes are good on the left.
Brakes. Release and check.
Check.
Avionics equipment. On. As
It's on.
required.
Correct.
Lights. As required.
Lights is required.
Checklist complete.
So it looks clear on the right and clear on the left. Alright, sorry about that. I do need to make some adjustments to my rudder pedals. Okay, let's go on the left. And partly too, this scenery is wreaking havoc on my frame rate.
Approaching runway 21. Entered runway 21. 4,000 feet remaining.
So while I was on vacation, I did some contemplating on whether or not I should reinstall Flight Simulator, if I should just can Flight Simulator and upgrade to Prepared. And so I started looking into that. I was thinking Prepared was going to be the best option. And unfortunately, I'm so vested in Flight Simulator that some of my add-ons I would have to purchase more stuff beyond the Prepared license. So I don't think that Prepared is my best option, as fantastic as it sounds. What I am going to do is when Flight Sim 2020 comes out, I'm going to just upgrade to Flight Sim 2020. So we're at runway 19 at Gulf. I'm going to make a little bit of a turn here, and we're going to do our engine run up. Okay, there we are. Get the plate off so that we have our map ready for departure. Get back in our checklist here. Okay, we prefer to take our checklist.
Seatbelts and harnesses. Check.
Secure.
Parking brake. Set.
Holding the brakes.
Radios. Check.
Radios check.
Engine instruments. Check.
Engine instruments are good.
Flight instruments. Check and set. Starter energized warning light, if installed, not illuminated.
Lights are extinguished.
Throttle, 1,700 revolutions per minute.
Alright, bring it up to 1,700. Alright, good there. Okay, just the prompt.
Throttle, 1,700 revolutions per minute.
Set.
Propeller, exercise, then high RPM.
There's one. There's two. This technique is something I learned flying Civil Air Patrol in Alaska. With the three. Alright, there we go.
Magnetus, max 150 revolutions per minute drop, max 50 revolutions per minute div. Aileron trim, neutral.
Okay, check our mags. And that's good on the left. Back to both. Right is good. And back to both.
Aileron trim, neutral. Elevator trim, 3
Okay, bring it back to bring it down to idle. And back to 1,000. Alright, trim set good.
Elevator trim, 3 masculine ordinal nose up. Flaps, up. Doors and windows. Secure. Flight controls. Proper direction. Free and clear.
Alright. One of those things that we're not really going to be able to see at night. So we would obviously do a thorough pre-flight inspection. And do this flight control checks. Okay, I can see that. That is free and correct there. Yeah, pretty correct there. And I was just looking for that aileron to just be enough that I can see that moving my yoke to the left comes up to meet me on the left, move my yoke to the right, aileron comes up to meet me on the right, so we're good there.
Flight controls. Proper direction. Free and clear.
Correct?
Mixture. Full rich or as required.
Full rich.
Brakes. Released. Instruments. Check. Checklist complete.
Checklist complete. Alright. So to make a bit of a sharp turn here, so we're right on the edge of the taxiway. Alright, that's good. Alright, there's our indicator for runway 19 and golf, and we are going to hold short here.
Approaching runway
Tower.
19.
Acknowledged. Alright, we'll run our takeoff checklist right now.
Power. Set. Brakes.
And
Release. Landing gear. Retract after positive climb. Airspeed. Establish desired climb speed. Checklist complete.
so power for takeoff will be 2700, and our climb out speed will be 109. Downtown Tower, Bonanza 9092 Tango IFR to St. Joseph, ready for departure, runway 19.
Downtown Tower, November 9092 Tango, ready for IFR departure, runway 19. November 9092 Tango, cleared for takeoff, runway 19, 148 at 4.
Clear for takeoff, runway 19, 9092 Tango.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 19, November 9092 Tango.
Approaching runway 19. Entered runway 19. 6,700 feet remaining.
Alright, I'm going to get lined up here. My brakes, get my heading set. Alright, here we go. Airspeed's alive, engine instruments in the green. .64, rotate. Dash light off, and you're coming up. Open the brakes. 119.0, 92 Tango.
119.0, 92 Tango.
Kansas City departure, Bonanza 9092 Tango. With you 2,000 for 4,000.
Kansas City departure, November 9092 Tango, 10,224,000. November 9092 Tango, Kansas City departure, Roger, altimeter 2992, 92 Tango, right heading 335, zero down, climb and maintain 4,000.
Right 335, climb maintain. Right 010, climb maintain 4,000, expect runway 35, Bonanza 9092 Tango.
Runway 35, approach 902 Tango.
So I hit the wrong button on my autopilot. I hit approach, which definitely caused some wankiness to occur there. Alright, so let's get the airplane cleaned up here. Okay, landing gears. Oh. Left 345, 92 Tango. Yeah, this is going to be 125, 05. 118.9 92 Tango. Kansas City approach, Bonanza 9092 Tango, level 4,000. Two 9903, Bonanza 92 Tango. So if we had the real comm panel, we would have comm 1 and 2, so I could hear both radios simultaneously. which would be very nice for my ATIS. But what I'm going to do is I'll get the ATIS in COM1. I'm expecting tower as 126.9, so I'm going to swap that right now. I'm getting the ATIS in 125.05. So then when they push me to tower, at least I can, or my next frequency that they're going to hand me off to, I can bring up ATIS and listen to that in between checking with the next controller. Kansas City International should be off the left side. Yep, there we go. Well, now that we're underway, I'm feeling better about this flight. I really did not want to fly tonight because it's been a long day already. And as a pilot, when you have that inkling that you don't want to fly, then that is a good intuition to stick to. If I would really be taking the airplane out, that would be a different case, because the things I would have been doing today, I wouldn't have been doing. I wouldn't have gone and cut the grass and then drive out to the airport for a 10:30 departure. So it's the outer marker beacon for one of the Kansas City runways there. For outer marker beacon indicates to the crew that you're a set distance from the approaching runway. It's been a while since I was in the books on distance for outer marker. It's either 4 miles or 7 miles. But I also let the pressure of, well, I've got to get this flight done, because if not, then I'm doing more catch up. Now granted, Oshkosh is the 20th and today is the 12th, so I still have 8 days to work it out, to double up on flights, whatever it takes to get there on time. But I intended to fly yesterday and I didn't, and so it just was in the mix of, all right, do this flight to St. Joseph, and we'll get it done. And tomorrow I'll fly the leg to Fort Dodge, and we'll fly the leg to La Crosse. So about 15 miles. I'm gonna take a chance and say that
Destination ATIS is 125.05.
Thank you.
St. Joseph Airport information 04247. Greater than 20 miles. Guidance clear. Temperature 1.10. Altimeter 25.4. ILS. Runway 35 engines. Landing and depart. Runway 35. GFR aircraft configuration of flight. All aircraft feedback on keyword instruction. Flight controller on official contact US. St. Joseph Airport information 04247. Wind calm.
And approach, sorry, 92 Tango was getting ATIS. Left 270, Bonanza 92 Tango. 12035, Bonanza 92 Tango. 92 Tango with you, 4000. Left 240, Bonanza 92 Tango. Send and maintain 2500, Bonanza 92 Tango. Right 325, maintain 2500 until established on the localizer, St. Joseph Tower. 126.9, Bonanza 9092 Tango. St. Joseph Tower, Bonanza 9092 Tango is 13 miles to the south, inbound runway 35 with Whiskey.
Joseph Tower, November 9092 Tango, in 14 miles south inbound ILS, runway 35 approach. November 9092 Tango, in Joseph Tower, flight ready, runway 35, altimeter 2994.
Fly straight in, runway 35, Bonanza 9092 Tango. Checklist.
Altimeter set.
Altimeter
Power
set.
flaps closed.
They're closed.
Power as required.
Power is
Mixture.
required.
Enrich as required. Checklist complete.
Extra full. And then checklist.
Seat belts and harnesses fastened. Seat backs upright.
Check.
Fuel selector
backs
valve,
upright.
fullest tank. Cowl flaps as required. Mixture full ridge or as required. Landing gear down and check. Landing and taxi lights as
Three.
required.
Taxi lights
Flaps
on.
full down. Airspeed
Flaps full down.
establish normal approach speed.
Airspeed
Propeller
is on.
high RPM.
Not higher
Checklist
RPM.
complete.
Still full flight for the approach here. The elevation is 827. 827. Clear land runway 35, Bonanza 9092 Tango. And 3 green flaps full down. Field elevation is 870. Thousand feet.
1 mile final runway 35.
Check. $300. $100. Ground point 9 Bonanza 90 Tango. Alright. And I'm not gonna call check in with ground. I'm gonna just bring up GSX and taxi that way.
Landing and taxi lights, as required. Flaps, upright. Trim tab, set to 3 masculine ordinal. Cowl flaps, open. Checklist complete.
Taxing up the ramp here. Okay, there we go. Alright, shutdown checklist.
Brakes, set. Electrical and radio equipment, off. Throttle, closed. Mixture, idle cut off. Magnet.
Alright, so brakes are set, electrical equipment off. Okay. Alright, electrical off. Avionics off. Make sure I don't cut off. ADAS off. Battery and alternator off. Control lock, wheel chocks, and parking brake. Checklist complete. Okay, kill the beacon. And bring the house lights back up here. Alright everyone, well, welcome to very dark St. Joseph, Missouri. I hope you enjoyed this evening's flight. Like I said earlier, a little bit not with the norm of 20-minute hop, but in order to stay on schedule and make it to Oshkosh in time, this is where we're at. I'll take my hat off because it's a little bit better. So I do appreciate you flying along with me. Until next time, for the 20-minute hop, I'm Sean. So long.